What's up everybody? Before we get into this video, I wanted to tell you about this amazing opportunity. I'm partnered with Blofin. Blofin is also the main exchange I use. That's why I'm partnered with them. But right now, until the 2nd of June, we're running this amazing campaign where you can deposit funds to receive 15% cash back. Now please pause the video, watch the criteria as you can see right here. But in general, like this is real cash that you can use for futures trading, funding fees, transaction fees, but also more. And outside of that, Blofin, like I said, is an amazing exchange to use for trading. You can do spot on there as well, low fees, all the coins you want to trade. So use the link down in the description to sign up to get a 15% cash back until the 2nd of June. Now let's get into the video. Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video right here on SUI. We're going to do a full update on the technicals. We'll talk a little bit about the fundamentals as well, which is necessary. Yesterday on X I posted about SUI that it was significantly underperforming other similar assets, and that's still true, right? Now, does that necessarily mean that it's a bad idea to buy SUI? In my opinion, no. At this point of time, I would say yes, but it's definitely not over for SUI yet, right? And the price action we're seeing right now also kind of reminds me of the price action we saw right here. Consolidation, breakdown, consolidation, rally up higher. Consolidation, breakdown, consolidation, higher, right? So it's definitely possible structurally that SUI rallies higher, but ultimately, if you compare SUI right now to other coins, like if you compare Solana to SUI and you put the price on the SUI chart, Solana is right here. If you take a look at XRP, XRP is right here. If you take a look at ETH, ETH is right here, right? And SUI is right here. So SUI is definitely underperforming other assets. And by the way, I'm talking about that in relation to the balance, right? This is the balance. Most coins are within balance. SUI is outside of that balance. And then outside of that, and I actually haven't looked at this in a while, but the fundamentals for SUI were always pretty amazing. And at this point of time, they've significantly dropped, right? We had them, of course, very high, the 22nd, but since then they have significantly dropped. If that continues, fundamentally, I'm not sure if there's a reason to put SUI in the same category as a Solana, right? So therefore, at this point of time, am I bearish on SUI? Yes, I have to be, right? Because the fundamentals are getting worse. Technically, we've dropped down below 3.65 right here, the 30-day rolling VWAP. On the 12-hour time frame, we've also dropped down below the trend bands right here, and we're respecting that as resistance. So is there a scenario in which I will buy SUI? Yes, certainly, right? If SUI is able to reclaim this support level right here at 3.7 and 3.65, that's also the trade I took right here, Monday the 19th. So last week I took exactly this trade, right? If SUI is able to reclaim that, I will buy. But at this point in time, even with all the bullish momentum we saw this morning, even after hitting this major support level at 3.5, 3.45, we haven't been able to do so. Fundamentals are getting worse, volume is getting lower, or at least volume is not that high. So therefore, I'd say it's more likely, at least for the short term, that we will remain in this balance right here and potentially even get a move a little bit into 3.4 or 3.35 instead of getting into 3.7. But stability, I do expect, all right? I think stability for SUI is in line with the technicals. I think it's in line with the fundamentals as well, because the fundamentals have become worse, but ultimately the fundamentals for SUI are not super bad. And this is in line with the market, right? I expect some stability from Bitcoin, even though it's at resistance. And since SUI is very, very correlated to Bitcoin, for over 70%, I would say it's most likely for SUI to also remain correlated and therefore stable, such as Bitcoin, similar to Bitcoin. But those are my thoughts. So I'll definitely keep you updated on SUI, and if we are able to get some sort of a bullish reclaim here and some sort of bullish momentum, and if we get some sort of recovery fundamentally, I'll be the first to tell you. And like I said, that's definitely an opportunity you should keep your eyes on as well. But that's not an urgent opportunity, I'd say. All right. So those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments, of course. But for now, have a great day. Have a great week. And I'll see you all in my next videos. Bye.